hey there. Welcome to Movie Review Mom. It has been a minute, so that means it's time for another Marvel movie. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Thor Love and Thunder. This movie is rated PG-13 and is 2 hours and 5 minutes long. My Movie Review Mom grade for this is a B plus. And I'll explain why. First, I'll give you an overview in a nutshell. Then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny and interesting lines, and even recommendations for other films that I think that you might like if you watch this one. So let's dive in. In a nutshell, welcome back to the exciting world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In this new edition, Thor enlists the help of Valkyrie, Korg, and ex-girlfriend Jane Foster to fight Gore, the god butcher, who intends to make the gods extinct. So this hilarious and fun movie was directed by the very creative and playful Taika Waititi, who also stars in the movie, as well as written by him, with writing help by Jennifer Caitlin Robinson. Stan Lee gets writing credits for his visionary Marvel comics, as he should, and man, I miss seeing his cameos in Marvel movies, don't you? So there were plenty of things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, Chris Hemsworth, hello. He was made for this role. He's bigger and badder than ever. He's gigantic. In fact, his trainer, Luke Zocchi, stated, quote, he's in phenomenal nick. He's the biggest he's ever been. He's the heaviest he's ever been. This extent of musculature required Hemsworth to eat at least 8 times a day during the entire duration of filming, just to maintain all the muscle mass he had acquired. End quote. That's pretty amazing. And there's a scene where we see him shirtless from the front and completely naked from the back. Little eye candy for everybody there. He just looks amazing. And speaking about his physique, the admiring Chris Pratt called Hemsworth a man god. Chris Hemsworth's son, Tristan, is seen in the movie as the young Thor, when you see this little sequence of him running as a young kid, and then as a teenager, and then as an adult. And that's kind of cute. So who doesn't love Thor? He has more standalone films than any other MCU character. That's impressive. The cast features 5 Oscar winners: Christian Bale, Matt Damon, Natalie Portman, Taika Waititi, and Russell Crowe, and 2 Oscar nominees, Bradley Cooper and Melissa McCarthy. So to catch everyone up to speed, there's this entertaining summary that features video clips from Thor's past movies, plus a few new ones to kind of fill in the blanks. And wow, I didn't even recognize Christian Bale until he started to speak. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's Christian Bale. Initially, he turned down the role, but apparently, rumor has it, his kids begged him to do it. His performance is exceptional, and what takes the parody style of the movie into an Avenger battle with a serious villain. I've got more to say about him in just a second, but it's also really great to see the beautiful and talented Natalie Portman again. She also looks amazing. I adore the Guardians of the Galaxy so much, so I loved their inclusion in the story, and it kind of picked up where it left off with Thor joining them and kind of what's happened since then. And it was pretty cute. There's so much humor, both visual and spoken. There's a fun rockin' soundtrack and so many fun cameo performances like Matt Damon and Melissa McCarthy that I mentioned, both Academy Award nominees, but no more spoilers. I don't want to tell you who else is in the movie. Lots of flashbacks and fun Easter eggs for true MCU fans. Now, as with all MCU films, keep watching during the final rolling credits for another scene and a little sneak peek as to what's to come. Now, with that praise, there were some things that I didn't like, and you're probably already hearing some of that buzz going around online. Not all of the humor lands. And in fact, some of the cheap and quirky jokes get in the way of developing a truly powerful movie and story. Overall, the movie just kind of feels like a goof fest comedy, and even a little embarrassing, some moments that are meant to be funny and then they just totally bomb. And I was like, ooh, ouch, that one kind of hurt. And that brings me to the part of Russell Crowe's portrayal of Zeus. I just felt like it was way too silly and even disrespectful for the all-powerful Zeus. And what the heck was that accent supposed to be? The whole thing just, I get it was supposed to be fun. It definitely had Taika Waititi's personality and sense of humor all over it. But in fact, it even reminded me of Jojo Rabbit, how extreme in the sarcasm and humor and parody that it went, that particular sequence of scenes with Zeus. And I was just like, oh, I don't know that I would have played it that way. And then also, Christian Bale's character was so interesting and completely underutilized. Korg, voiced, of course, by Taika Waititi, had way more screen time and lines than the actual villain of the film. And I thought that that was a bad choice as well. They could have done so many more interesting things to balance the hilarity of the movie. And don't get me wrong, I love to laugh, and that was really fun, but it just seemed really skewed, and then it made the tone seem very uneven. Let me give you some tips for parents. There is some profanity, there are lesbian references, superhero violence, various kinds of weapons were used, lots of destruction, people die. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are love and loss, purpose in life, self-discovery, friendship, and loyalty. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. And so you can see them all there, but I'll share just a couple of interesting lines with you. So Chris Pratt plays a character named Star-Lord, and I love him so much. And he says, if you ever feel lost, just look in the eyes of the people you love and they'll tell you who you are. And it's a great line. And, you know, you're seeing his tribe, his people, and then all of a sudden, you know, you see Chris Hemsworth, you know, his face, and it's then a comical moment. It's cute both ways, but I did like that line. And then Christian Bale has some interesting lines, and his character, this God killer guy, says love is pain. And he talks about love. A lot of people talk about love, romantic love, love for children, love for parents, love for friends, that kind of thing. And then Jane says, also played by Natalie Portman, she says to someone, keep your heart open. No matter what happens in life, still keep it open. And I thought that that was really good advice too. All right. So of course, people are comparing this movie to Thor Ragnarok, which seemed to have a really good balance. And so that's the movie I'm going to recommend. Of course, if you're an Avengers fan, you've already seen it. But if this is the first time you've ever seen a Thor movie, go back and check out that one because it was very well done as well. Okay, that's it. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.